GTE. So all the GTE requirement is really similar across the Western countries, including New Zealand, Australia, UK, US, and Canada. So how to write a good GTE is really critical for your visa grant, especially if you come from the countries the department will consider high-risk country. A good GTE needs to cover 4 critical information. First one, it's your background. So this background, it's about your academic background, not your own hobby. It's not your interest. It's not what you read in the past. It's really about your education background. What did you do in the past? What did you study in the past? Are you just a school leaver, or you did a diploma, or you did a master degree, or you did a bachelor degree? So the case officer would like to understand more about your education background. What did you do in the past, and why you want to come to study in Australia? What triggers you to study in Australia? You must justify the reason you want to come to Australia, especially if you choose a course which is totally different to your previous course. For example, you might study the literature in the past. Now you want to study a bachelor in IT, information technology. You need to justify what triggered you to study a different new course. So therefore, you can justify your intention to study in Australia. The second element that you must include is the chosen of your university. You cannot just randomly choose a university. You can't just overhear anyone to tell you what university is good. You must have done some research. You know what do they do, what kind of teaching method they use, and why it is fascinated you to study at this university. Which course it's really your dream course. The third one will be definitely about your course, which I just mentioned. So this is really important, especially if you done a bachelor degree in the past and you want to do something lower course, what we called so you might study diploma, and then why you want to study a different field, you have to justify that. You can't just randomly choose a course for no reason. You should be something that triggers you. You have to explain in depth about why this course is really interesting for you, why you're fascinating about this course, and then what your future plan, your career plan. Is it just your hobby, or do you want to improve your job security, or you actually work in the past and you found it really difficult to find a better position or to be promoted in the workplace? So you must include the information about yourself. The final one will be your own background, the family background. Where are they? Are your parents in your home country? Your sister, brother, are they studying overseas as well? What's their expectation for you to return back to home country? So this is about future plan. This is about what makes you to return back to home country. How many words you need to write for a GT? It varies. It really depends where you come from. To be honest, some countries, they require very minimum GT, especially if you're already here in Australia. You might not need to write a lot. But if you are overseas student and you want a very good chance of getting visa granted, and you come from a country that you believe the case officer might see you as a high-risk student. Now, in this case, you do need to study, do research about the university you're going to study, and do understand what kind of the course, the core subject you'll be studying, and what kind of teaching method it will be. Is that going to be a research based, or is that going to be lecture based? And then how many hours of independent study will be involved? So in order to get a student visa granted, you do need to understand these 4 elements of visa grant, and then you put into writing. Generally speaking, if you're from high-risk country, I would suggest you to write at least 2 A4 size of GT. That's what we normally write for our students. If you come from low-risk country, maybe just one A4 or half page A4. Really depends on age, and whether you are straight school leaver. If you are just straight school leaver, it's really simple and straightforward. It's, well, you have your intention to study something. But if you actually have done some work experience in the past, and you've done some kind of higher education in the past, and you now decided to choose another subject, you do need to focus and justify the reason why you want to study a different subject, and then why you want to give up your job. Is that going to be promoted, a new job for you? So it is important to write a good narrative to be presented to the case officer, so you have a high chance of visa grant. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.